Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Krystal, here with the TRX for Yoga Experience. And today what I have in store is we're going to take it nice and slow, and I have a flow designated to open up your hips. Now I want you to think that your hips move in all different types of directions. So we're really going to focus on opening up the front side, the back side, the inside and the outsides of those hips, so laterally as well as rotation. And so afterwards, I hope that you have some release in your low back and you're feeling an abundance of energy. So let's begin. When you set up your space, it's a good practice to have a yoga mat, and you're gonna roll out your mat plumb line underneath your anchor point and equal to the right and to the left. You wanna make sure your suspension trainer is fully shortened. And also, it's not a bad idea to help you maintain proper alignment to have a few props. I enjoy blocks. You can use some empty shoe boxes or rolled up towels to have them nearby, maybe two. And also, I love to have a face towel to wipe away some of that sweat. You're going to be working hard, but also some cushion underneath your knees when we come down to the ground. Let's get started. Please stand facing your suspension trainer. Our hands are going to live in the foot cradles, so slide your hands into the foot cradles, thumbs to the outside, and begin to walk towards the back edge of your mat. To make sure you're in the appropriate starting position, it's the same thing every time. We find extended mountain pose. So with your thumbs to the outside of those foot cradles, slowly begin to spin your thumbs up to the sky, pull your hands away from one another, and reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. The number one rule in TRX yoga is you want to make sure that there is pressure in the straps, no slack. So walk your body forward or backwards so that you are standing straight up and have pressure in the straps while maintaining proper alignment. Hands over your shoulders, shoulders over hips, knees, and ankles. Don't be afraid to have your hands a little wider than your shoulders, to push the crown of your head towards the ceiling and slide your shoulder blades away from your ears, more space in your neck. We're going to begin today with your feet hips width apart. Slowly, I want you to practice keeping the pressure on the straps as you sweep your arms back down to the starting position. Spin your palms to face the ground. Fingers are fanned wide. There's no gripping on the straps, and we'll get to that a few times and I'll share with you when. So now let's start to add movement to our breath. It's really important in the yoga experience. On an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Practice keeping that pressure. Exhale back down to the starting position. We're just warming up the body. Through your nose, take a deep breath in. And through your nose, take a deep breath out. Good. One more time, both arms together. Inhale, pull your hip bones up towards the belly button, tailbone to the ground. Exhale your arms back down to starting position. Right arm only, with equal weight in both hands, sweep your right arm up overhead, pause. You're pushing and pulling with your hands. You create your own amount of pressure. So if you're really feeling there's some extra energy you want to squeeze out of your body, more pressure. If you feel like you need a little bit more restorative practice, less pressure. Hips and shoulders face your anchor point. And slowly return that right hand back down to the starting position. Left arm sweeps up and pause. Both shoulders are sliding away from your ears, more space in the neck. Knees are unlocked to help keep your neutral pelvis. Belly pulls into spine to support it. Slowly return your left hand back down to the starting position. Right arm up, deep breath in. Hips and shoulders square to the anchor point. Back to the starting position, breathe out. Other side, deep, deep breath in. Left hand down, deep breath out. This time, close your grip, lean back, pull the middle of your chest up away from your hips, low back stretch with rotation. Draw your lower belly in and hinge your hips towards the ground behind you. Look straight down to the ground, line your biceps up with your ears. Elbows are unlocked and you pull your shoulders away from the ears. Let's add some rotation. Roll your left shoulder up over your right shoulder. Bend your right knee. Use both of your feet to push your left hip towards the ground. Lengthen the torso. Feel this in the upper right-hand side of your back and lower left. All in preparation of opening up those hips. Come back through center. Belly draws in. Switch sides. Right shoulder rolls up. Left knee bends. You should feel this in the upper left and lower right. portions of your back as well as all the way down your right leg. With breath, back to center, breathe in. Left shoulder rolls up, breathe out. Back to center, breathe in. Right shoulder rolls up, breathe out. Back to center, pause. Press into your hands, pull your hips forward. Press into your hands again, rock your body weight forward, anchor your heels, open your palms, forward fold, press your hips back as you reach your hands forward. Heel toe your feet together, big toes come to touch, heels in line with the middle toes. We add a little bit of challenge for core stability by decreasing our base of support here. Spin your thumbs up to the sky. We're going to start to put together our sun salutation A. Separate your hands, pressure on the straps, and extend through your hips as you sweep your arms up. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold, swan dive down, push your palms forward and press your hips back. Pause. There is no hanging on the straps. So press into your hands to lift your chest to the height of your hips. Draw your shoulders together onto your back. Halfway lift. Drag your hands into your chest to lift your upper body to about 45 degrees in relation to the floor. I want you to exaggerate this. Your knees have to bend a little bit more as you push your hips back. Use your hands and draw your chest away from those hips. Let this be a nice side body stretch. And then release back to your forward fold. Hips up, chest drops to the height of the hips. It's 4 parts to our sun salutation A. Now we're going to move with breath. Through the nose, you breathe as deeply as you can. Extended mountain, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Keep your knees soft the whole time. Forward fold, breathe out. Extended mountain, pull with your hands. Forward fold, push. Halfway lift, pull. Fold, push. You have 2 more rounds. Extended mountain, keep your hands wider than your shoulders. Forward fold, press your hips back away from your hands. Halfway lift, pull your chest forward and up. Forward fold, lower belly pulls into the spine. Last one, extended mountain. Move big and breathe big. Forward fold, empty your lungs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Moving on to our sun salutation B. Let's build more heat. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Shift the weight into your heels with a flat back. Drag your shoulders up over your hips for chair. Anchor your heels into the ground. Now I want you to create sensation by sliding your feet away from one another. I'm doing that now. Notice that my feet aren't moving, but you should feel it. So as I pull my heels away from each other, I feel the muscles in my legs fire up, all the stabilizing muscles that support the hips. Hip bones slide up to the belly button. Tailbone, this is important, anchors to the ground behind your heels, not between your heels, behind them. Neutral pelvis, ribs knit into the belly. Option, arms can sweep up overhead, hands wider than the shoulders. Sink your hips as low as you can go, as long as you can keep that pelvis neutral. Take 1 more deep breath in, fold and release. Single leg mountain. Sweep your arms up overhead. This time extend your right leg long out in front of you. Having that leg straight is a long lever. It's more intense. Always an option to bend your upper knee and build your way to that straight upper leg. Hands wider than the shoulders. Pressure on the straps helps you balance. You don't want to lean back. Move your shoulders forward over the hips. Lower belly pulls in. Warrior 3, sweep your upper leg to the wall behind you as you extend your hands towards the anchor point. Upper baby toe spins to face the floor. Press into your hands. Press into the 1 foot on the floor and lift up out of that left hip. Can you feel that? It's a lot of work. You don't want to sag into your joints. You want to lift up out of them. Let the muscles get the call to action. Right foot down to meet the left, single leg mountain, other side. Remember, extend that left leg long out in front of you. The longer the leg, the more intense it is. So start by bending the upper knee. Shoulder blades slide together and down towards your hips as your fingertips reach high to the ceiling. Make sure you're not leaning back. Use the pressure on the straps to rock you forward. Take a deep breath in. Warrior 3. Your standing knee is always unlocked. Because here's the deal. Nothing in life we do asks us to lock our knees. So in yoga, there's no point to it. Take your upper baby toe, spin it to face the ground to help your hips square to the floor. Now press into those hands, one foot on the ground, lift up out of that right hip. This is a practice. No such thing as perfection, so have fun, put everything you've learned into play, and let's move with breath. Left foot to meet the right, bend the knees, drop the hips, chair pose, arms up, optional, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Single leg mountain, right leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Single leg mountain, left leg forward, arms up, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. 3 more rounds from the top, chair pose. Try to separate your mat with your heels. Forward fold and release it. Single leg mountain, right leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Single leg mountain, left leg forward, arms up, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. From the top chair, if those arms start to get tired, keep them low. Forward fold. Single leg mountain, right leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Option to keep those arms low. Single leg mountain, left leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Last one from the top. Build that heat in your body. Inhale to chair. Forward fold, breathe out. Single leg mountain, right leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Single leg mountain, left leg forward, arms up, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Forward fold, big toes touch, great work. Soft bend in the knees, tilt your sitting bones to the sky. Lower belly pulls into spine. Single leg mountain, take a deep breath in, option for those arms to come up overhead. Warrior 3, sweep it back. Press into your hands, upper baby toe spins to face the ground. Now you have the option to sweep those arms up overhead again, or keep your arms low. Keep your upper baby toe spinning to face the ground to square your hips. Press into your hands. Come back to single leg mountain, arms down or up. Take a deep breath in. Warrior 3, breathe out. You're practicing keeping your hips square, no rotating. Stand up, take a deep breath in. Belly pulls in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Keep your left knee softly bent the whole time. Drag through your hands, stand all the way up. Option for those arms to go up, deep breath in. Warrior 3, breathe out. This is as strengthening as it is lengthening. You have 2 more. Inhale, stand all the way up, shoulder blades together. Exhale, warrior 3. You're just moving and opening up those hips. Last time, single leg mountain, take that deep breath in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Lift that upper leg a little higher. Press into your hands, lift your whole body higher. Now let's rotate through the hips. Bend your upper knee to 90 degrees. Flex your upper foot, fan out your toes. Roll your right hip up over that left hip. Shoulders are square to the floor. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Cactus open your arms. It always helps me create more space in my neck. Now you should feel a burning sensation in your standing leg. Yes, you're working hard. But press into your hands and lift up out of that standing hip. Also should feel a nice stretch down your inner standing thigh. Take 1 more deep breath in. Standing figure 4. Press into your hands. Pull your right knee into your chest. Stand all the way up. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Hold on to the straps. Lean back and take a seat. Let your arms straighten. It's like you're pushing your hips back. Flex your upper foot. Fan out the toes. And gently work your upper knee down towards the ground. Should feel a nice opening stretch through your right hip. For 5, pull your shoulder blades together. You'll feel the stretch more. 4, belly pulls in to brace the spine. 3, the more you bend your standing knee, the deeper the stretch. 2, now we have 1 more pose on this side. Tree. Stand all the way up, hug your right knee into your chest. Any point in time you have to bring both feet to the ground, you're always welcome to. You come right back into it. Both foot cradles into your left hand. Grab your right knee with your right hand. Pull your right knee into your chest. Slide your hand down your shin, grab your ankle. And bring that right foot to your inner left leg. Now, if that foot does not want to come to the thigh, slide your foot down below the knee, just not on the knee joint, to the calf. One hand per foot cradle. Shoulders and hips square to the anchor point. Upper knee draws back. Do you feel that through the hips? Tailbone anchors down to the ground. Option, sweep your arms up overhead for 5. Breathe. 4, crown of your head presses to the sky. 3, fan out your fingers. 2, big toes touch. Forward fold. Anchor your heels into the ground. Beautiful work. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Fold. Breathe out. Single leg mountain. Left leg forward. Arms up or down. Take a deep breath in. Warrior 3. Softness in your standing knee and extend your upper leg behind you. We're going to flow in and out of this again. But here's the common fault. You're going to want to collapse into that right hip and kind of push your right hip out to the right. Here's how to lift up out of that right hip joint throughout the entire movement pattern. I want you to press down on purpose into your right foot and also press into your 2 hands and lift up. Stay up there. Single leg mountain, left knee into chest, option, arms up, breathe in. Notice, are you dumping into that right hip? Scoop up out of it. Warrior 3, keep your standing knee soft, let the muscles do the work. Single leg mountain, left knee forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out, push into your hands like you're rolling. Single leg mountain, deep breath in. Warrior 3, breathe out. You have 2 more. Go for it, play. Single leg mountain, arms up. Maybe that left leg strains out in front of you a little bit more. Warrior 3, breathe out. You should start to feel this in that right hip. It's working and opening up. Single leg mountain, deep breath in. Warrior 3, now root into your 2 hands. 1 foot on the floor, lift your whole body higher. 3-legged dog, bend your upper knee to 90 degrees. Flex your upper foot, fan your toes, and roll your left hip up over the right hip. The transitions are slow and on purpose, helping you with transitional competency. This is going to transfer into your daily activities and your sport, your training. Move on purpose, explore. Lean into your hands, lift that upper knee a little higher. Feel that nice stretch in your inner standing thigh. Take 1 more deep breath in, standing figure 4. Pull your left knee into your chest, stand up. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Grab onto the straps, lean back, and take a seat. Like you're sitting down in a chair and you're about to tie your shoelaces, yeah? Flex your upper foot. Gently work your left knee towards the floor. And square your hips. So gently draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and then push your hips down and back a little more for 5. Shoulder blades hug together onto your back. 4, feel the stretch in your left hip. 3, gently work your left knee down towards the ground to feel more. 2, tree. Stand up, left knee into chest. Foot cradles into your right hand. Grab your left knee with your left hand. Find your balance. Try to extend your right arm out in front of you. No gripping the straps. Press down into the palm. Then pull the left knee into the chest. Slide your hand down, grab your left ankle, and bring the sole of your left foot above or below the knee of your inner standing leg. 1 hand per foot cradles. Face your anchor point with your shoulders and your hips. Upper knee draws to the wall behind you. It's going to open up that left hip a little more. Now pull the pelvis to neutral by anchoring your tailbone down to the ground. Press into your hands to lift your chest up out of the pelvis and grow for 5, 4, look at something out in front of you, drishti. 3, set your gaze and focus. 2, big toes touch. Take a deep breath in, extended mountain. Forward fold and release, great work. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Press into your hands, slowly stand all the way up. If you're attached to a door or a wall with your suspension trainer, I want you to bring your suspension trainer down only about 2 to 3 inches. You don't have to go as low as mid-length, but we're going to swing one leg back. I don't want you to hit the wall. Hands in the foot cradles. Turn to face away from your anchor point. Hands at eyebrow height. Once you have the straps the appropriate length, walk your body forward or backwards so your hands are literally at eyebrow height and you're standing straight up. You're not leaning to get them there, right? So you're standing straight up, but there's pressure on the straps. Find your balance on your right foot. Pull your left knee into your chest. You're still standing straight up. You push into your hands. Separate your collarbones and draw your shoulder blades together. Can you feel that gentle stretch through the front side of your chest and shoulders? Airplane. Sweep your arms by your hips. Keep the pressure in your hands as you hinge and extend your upper leg to the wall behind you. This is similar to Warrior 3. Upper baby toe spins to face the ground. Charge through your upper heel. Pull the hip bones up to the belly button and breathe. Keep your arms where they are. Return to your starting position. Extend through the hips. I want you to pull your knee to the height of your hip. Left foot is flexed. Push into the hands. Get that chest opening stretch. Breathe in. Airplane. Stand tall. Breathe in. One more time. Airplane. Push into your hands. Kick your upper foot back. Slowly return to your starting position. This time, arms back up overhead. Left knee to the height of your hip. We're moving into crescent lunge. Push into your hands, separate your collarbones. That pulls your hands shoulder width apart. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot. Oh, now we're going to trick the balance. Practice. Push into your hands, lean forward, and step your foot out into a lunge position. Pause. Your feet aren't glued to the floor. You can move them. And so I want your feet hips width apart. Bend your back knee a little bit. And use your hands, push your shoulders backwards over the hips. You are searching for a stretch in the front side of your right hip. It's called the right hip flexor. So pull those hip bones up to the belly button and deepen the stretch down that right hip flexor. Push into your hands to keep your core engaged. And we're really going to challenge the balance. I want you to push into your hands, spring back to your starting position, stay on the ball of your right foot, left knee to the height of the hip. Push into those hands. You have to trust yourself. Positive affirmation helps a lot here. And one more time, you're going to press into those hands, roll forward, slide out into that crescent lunge. Plant the foot, softness in the back knee. Hip bones slide up to belly button. Push your hands forward to help you knit your ribs into your belly. And reach your hands to the sky. Back to the starting position on the ball of your standing foot. Push into the hands. Don't be afraid to let your hands come wider to help you balance. Hip bones slide up to belly button. Lock your hips in neutral. Push into your hands. Roll forward into your crescent lunge. Left foot to the ground. Slide those hips up to the belly button. Get a deeper stretch. Now we're going to put this all together. We're going to flow back into airplane. Press into your hands, bring back to the starting position. Anchor your standing heel to the floor. Keep the pressure in the straps as you hinge and come into airplane. Big, big hip opening actions. Arms come up overhead, left knee to the height of the hip. Lift up on the ball of your standing foot. Push into your hands and step out into crescent lunge. The idea is you take a bigger step every time. Establish it. Get out of that low back by pulling the hip bones up to the belly button. Press into your hands, airplane. Last time. Anchor your standing heel to the floor. You lower on purpose and you fly. Fan out your toes, fan out your fingers, lift your whole body up out of that right hip. Slowly come back to the starting position. Left knee to the height of the hip, up on the ball of the standing foot. Crescent lunge, step out there. Pause, back knee is bent. Push into your hands, reach them up, open up. And twist, revolving crescent lunge. Left arm drops by your left hip. Look over towards that left hand. Push your hands away from one another. Feel the chest opening stretch. Use your back hand to help you draw those hips up to the belly button. And then lean into your right hand more. For 5, get the stretch. You got this. 4, breathe your breath. 3, 2, both arms up overhead. Press into your hands, step your feet together. Anchor your heels to the ground. Take a clearing breath in, clearing breath out. Let's repeat this on the other side. Find your balance on your left foot, hands at eyebrow height. Lift your right knee to the height of the hip. Flex your upper foot, fan the toes. Now push into your hands. Separate your collarbones and witness your hands separate to the height of your shoulders. Unlock your standing knee. No hyperextending. Unlock it. Let the muscles get the call to action. Sweep your arms by your hips. Let those collarbones separate further as you hinge to airplane. Now, if your hips are tight, your upper foot is going to spin towards the side of your mat. I want you to roll your upper baby toe down to face the ground. Charge through your upper heel. It's a lot of work. You have to strengthen and lengthen back to the regular length. Keep your arms where they are. Extend through the hips and stand up. Right knee to the height of the hip, all while balancing on that left foot. You use the straps to help you balance. Airplane, kick back. Drop your chest to the height of your hips so you can lift your back leg to the height of the hips. Come back to starting position. Right knee to the height of the hip, belly in. One more time. Keep that standing knee soft. Hips square to the ground. Reach the crown of your head away from the shoulders. This time, back to starting position. Arms sweep wide overhead. Lift up on the ball of your standing foot and experiencing the balance on this side. It's challenging. Push into the hands, hip bones up to belly button. Step your right foot out to a lunge position. Pause. Move your feet around so you feel sturdy and centered. Soft bend in that back knee, hip bones slide up to belly button. Push into your hands. You're searching for a deeper stretch down your left hip flexor. You push your shoulders back over your hips. You don't want to be hunched forward. So press into the straps, shoulders back, open the chest. Spring back to the starting position. Try to stay on the ball of your left foot. Push into the hands to make that happen. That's you waking up brand new muscles in the core. Crescent lunge. Lean into the hands. You'll feel your triceps and your shoulders. Step that right foot forward and land. Don't be afraid to have your hands a little wider than your shoulders once you land. But when you roll out, hands at shoulder width. Push back to your starting position. So here we go. Hands at shoulder width. Separate the collarbones. And begin to roll out. Belly pulls in. Step that right foot out further to your crescent lunge. Shoulders push back over hips. Hip bones slide up to belly button. You're creating such healthy habits in your body. Airplane, here we go. Spring back, anchor your standing heel to the ground and fly. Sweep your arms by your sides. Extend through your upper heel. Kick. Return to that starting position. Right knee to the height of the hip, belly in. Lift up on the ball of your standing foot and roll out to that crescent lunge. Plant the foot to the ground. Deepen the stretch through the left hip flexor. Airplane, press into the hands, push off. You lower your heel to the ground. Airplane. Breathe, controlled, focused movements on purpose. Last crescent lunge. Arms sweep up overhead as that right knee pulls to the height of the hip. Push into the hands, lift up on the ball of your standing foot. Roll out to your crescent lunge, biggest step yet. That back knee is allowed to bend. And this side feels nothing like the other side for me. They're not supposed to. Meet yourself where you are. Take a deep breath in, revolving crescent lunge. Drop your right arm by your side. Look over your right shoulder. Push into both of your hands. Feel the stretch through the chest. Use your backhand to help pull your pelvis to neutral. And then lean into your upper hand more for 5. 4, no holding your breath. Keep breathing. 3, 2, both arms up overhead. Press into your hands. Step your feet together. Clearing breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Turn to face your anchor point. Sun A, we're going to clear it away. Extended mountain, now's the time. Move back if there's slack in your straps. Forward fold, exhale. Push your hips back as you reach into your hands. Halfway lift, draw your shoulder blades together. Forward fold, hollow your lower belly. One more time, extended mountain, pull to rise. Breathe all the way in. Forward fold, you push into your hands as you breathe all the way out. Halfway lift, pull, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Now this time, round through your spine. A lot of your back muscles are attached to your hips. So I want you to open your hands, fan out your fingers. You root into your palms to access your core. Tuck your tailbone under. You're going to create like a Halloween cat. Separate your vertebrae, hollow the belly. ribs knit into the belly, and you push into your hands to separate your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin to your chest and roll yourself all the way up. At the top, reestablish your active plank, shoulder blades together, lower belly in, those knees are unlocked, yeah? Heel toe your feet apart one time. Now your feet are underneath your hips, feet face 12 on a clock. Fold with a flat back, so you're strengthening your back muscles here as you hinge and push into the hands. Now create that Halloween cat, arc through your spine, drag through your palms, and stand all the way up. You have 3 more rounds. Every time your feet will come a little bit wider. Heel toe your feet apart one time. Your feet are now wider than your hips, toes face forward, and fold. Unlock your knees as you push your hips back, hands forward. Round through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Witness how the sensation changes the wider your legs become. Heel toe your feet apart one time. No holding your breath. And fold. By now your feet might be off of your mat on either side. Unlock your knees. Do this. Rock towards your hands just a little bit so you're in the balls of your feet. And now exaggerate it. Round through your spine as you shift into the heels. Belly pulls in and drag yourself all the way up. We have 1 more, looking for the biggest range of motion yet. Heel toe those feet all the way apart. And fold. Feet face forward. Knees unlocked. Belly in. Press into the palms and drag yourself up. 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to close the grip, fingertip grip. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. We have lateral lunges. You're going to let your arms straighten. Bend your right knee. Lean towards your right foot and push your hips back. Let those arms straighten so your shoulders are over the hips. So now you're going to try to drop your hips to the height of your knee. You're hanging on the straps a little bit. If you let go, you're going to fall backwards. Yeah, that's good. Take the ball of your left foot, pivot it up towards the sky. We're searching for an inner thigh stretch on that left leg as you strengthen your right leg. Now use your arms, pull yourself back to center. Elbows are bent, legs are straight. You're standing straight up. You could let go. Go to the other side. Shift back into the left heel. You let your arms straighten, shoulders over hips as you lean back. And try to drop your hips to the height of the knee. Take the ball of your right foot and pivot it up towards the sky. And that's external rotation. You're getting a nice inner thigh stretch in that right leg. Pull yourself forward and up. Take a deep breath in. Down and back to the right. Breathe out. Pivot the ball of your left foot up to the sky. Back to center. Breathe in. Down and back to the left. Breathe out. So you see we move with breath. We don't spend a lot of time searching for perfection. Back to center. Breathe in. Down and back to the right. Breathe out. Over time, we build the healthy habits. 1 more time. Back to center. Breathe in. To the left. Breathe out. Back to center. Pause. Forward fold. Palms on the straps and hinge. Press into your hands. Reach forward. Round up through the spine. 1 vertebrae at a time. Now, as much as you're opening up, we also want to create stability. Goddess squat. Turn your feet away from one another to 10 and 2. So your toes are angled outward. Press into your hands to lift your chest up nice and high and drop your hips down and back. Pull the hip bones up to the belly button. Now nudge your knees towards your baby toes. Do not let your knees collapse towards your big toes. Peel your knees apart. Pull those hip bones up to the belly button, and this should be a big stretch through those hips. Press into your hands, shoulder blades together onto your back. Now your job is to keep pulling your knees towards your baby toes no matter where you go. And you're looking to get deep into your legs, hips to the height of your knees. Keep pulling your knees apart. Stand all the way up. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Go low. Goddess squat. Exhale. Pull the knees towards the baby toes. 4 more. Inhale. Stand all the way up. Pull the knees apart. Exhale. Go low. So you're trying to keep a neutral pelvis through the whole range of motion. 3 more. Inhale. Hip bones up to belly button. Tailbone anchors to the ground. Exhale. Pull the knees towards the baby toes as you sink low. 2 more. Inhale, and you push into the palms to keep the core activated. Shoulder blades together the whole time, no rounding. Exhale, go low. Last time, pull the knees towards the baby toes. Stand all the way up. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Breathe in. Sink low. Breathe out. and hold. For 5, push into the palms. 4, pull your knees towards the baby toes. 3, 2, press into your hands, stand all the way up, turn your feet to face forward, 12 and a clock. Forward fold and hinge. Press into your hands, round through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. One more time with the lateral lunges. Fingertip grip on the straps. Bend your right knee, drop your hips down and back to the right. Pull the ball of your left foot up off the floor. Now, let your arms straighten, and the more you bend that right knee, the deeper the stretch. Pull yourself back to center, breathe in. To the left, breathe out. Ball of right foot pivots up to the sky. That's the important part. Stand up, breathe in. To the right, breathe out. Keep both heels on the ground at all times. Back to center, breathe in. To the left, breathe out. That's why straightening the arms should allow the left heel to stay on the ground. Back to center, breathe in one more time per side. To the right, breathe out. Doing so good. One more time, deep breath in, back to center. To the left, breathe out. Back to center, pause. Forward fold, press into the palms and hinge. Round up through your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Exaggerate it, push those shoulder blades apart. Heel toe your feet together 1 time. We're reversing the order. Forward fold, push your hips back, reach your hands forward. Tuck that tailbone, tuck your chin, and round up through that spine. Push into your palms as you breathe. Heel toe your feet together 1 time. Number 3 of 5, fold. Hollow the belly. Unlock the knees, bigger range of motion. How does the sensation change? Simple movement of your feet. Get curious. Heel toe your feet together. They're underneath the hips. And fold. This is number 4 of 5. Unlock those knees, pretty please. Press into your palms and round it up. Chin to chest. No holding the breath. Last time. Heel toe your feet, big toes touch, heels in line with middle toes. And fold. Press into your palms. Round up through that spine. Breathe your breath. Last Sunday of the day, extended mountain. Breathe all the way in. Celebrate. Forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Press into your hands. Slowly stand all the way up. Take a giant step underneath your anchor point. You're going to brace the cam buckles or D-rings with your thumbs, and you're going to pull the handles down right underneath the kneecap to mid-calf length. You made it. We're about to cool down. So handles underneath kneecap, so the foot cradles come to mid-calf length. Take a seat, ground facing your anchor point. Extend your legs long out in front of you. Toes should be about 6 inches, or feet should be about 6 inches away from the door or wall, or your toes right underneath your anchor point. Grab the foot cradles with your pointer finger and middle finger. Plant your feet on the floor, bend your knees, sit up nice and tall. You're going to hook your heels through those foot cradles. So bend your right knee into your chest, point your right ankle, and put your foot all the way through the foot cradle. And extend that right leg. Plant your right hand on the ground to support you. Lean into your right hand. Bend your left knee into your chest, point your left ankle, and thread the foot all the way through. This is unique to TRX yoga. It's called hooking the heels through. Extend both legs. Now you pull the top of your foot to touch the handle. Keep that. Sit facing your anchor point. Your feet are pulling into the handles, but you can surely bend those knees because we need you to keep a flat back. Arms reach up to the sky to lengthen the spine. Breathe in. Forward fold. Hinge at your hips and reach for the yellow TRX tabs. Slide your hips back as you pull the crown of your head towards your toes. Take a deep breath in. Fold breath out. Sit up nice and tall. Keep the knees bent. Extend the arms up. Breathe in. Seated spinal twist. Bring your right hand to the ground behind your right hip. Bend your right knee. Left elbow to the outside of your right knee, or take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Lift the chest. Push your knee into your arm and look over your right shoulder. Deep breath in. Twist, breathe out. Back to center, arms and legs straight. Switch sides, left hand to the mat, to the outside of your left hip. Bend your left knee. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee, or right elbow to the outside of knee. Push your knee into the arm. That's the secret sauce here. Lift the chest, look over your left shoulder, and without looking, what are your feet doing? Flex them, pull them back into the handles, keep them active. One more breath in, twist, breath out. Come back to center, arms and legs straight. This is your final effort. Reach your hands towards the ceiling. Push your heels forward, belly in. Slow as you can, roll back one vertebrae at a time. You keep pushing through your hands and feet. Final effort, push, push, push. Once you're lying down on the ground, reach your arms to the floor behind you. Press into your feet and lift your hips up off the ground. Final supine stretch. I want you to squeeze every muscle in your body and lengthen from your fingertips to your toe tips. Take one more deep breath in. Hips to the ground, arms by your sides, palms face up. Close your eyes and let your toes fall away from one another. And to end your practice, we stay here for a few moments. This pose is called Shavasana, your final resting pose. It's the magic of your practice. It's where the rejuvenation and relaxation happens. I'm going to mind the time. I want you to completely let go and relax through your nose. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Nothing left to do. Just let your practice settle into your physical body and rest. Through your nose, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. And begin to bring movement back to your body. Sway your feet side to side. Wiggle your fingers, maybe circle out your wrists. And come back to center with your legs. Hug your knees into your body. With your fingertips, slide the foot cradles off of your feet. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Reach your right arm to the floor behind you and roll over onto your right-hand side. Your ear rests on your right arm. And keep your eyes closed for a moment. And put the attention on how you feel in your physical body. What did you gain access to over the past 45 minutes? Give yourself credit. Acknowledge yourself and feel good about it. Only then can you carry it with you through the rest of your day. Keeping your eyes closed, slowly make your way to a comfortable sitting position. Hands come to the middle of your chest, palms together, thumbs touch your sternum. We're going to seal our practice together with one clearing breath. Through your nose, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Slowly open your eyes, and your practice is complete. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really, really great practice. I want to invite you to come back and do this whenever you're feeling tight or achy in your hips or low back. Focus on attaching your breath to the movement and know that the intensity of the practice will have everything to do with how much pressure you apply to the straps. So this is appropriate for everybody. Come back, breathe, open up those hips because you deserve to feel good. Great complement to your other workouts as well. So until then, stay hydrated, support all your efforts in feeling well, and keep smiling. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.